I just wanted to make a video to actually visually demonstrate to you what your support will actually go into for the development of the Blue wearable smartphone. Sorry about the camera, my camera just ran out of battery and I just flew in from Perth to Sydney for my TEDx presentation tomorrow morning. So in light of that, let's get started. Okay, so first off we have the material. This material is a polyjetted black visco rubber-like material. The material we will be actually using in the device won't be polyjetted, it will be vacuum casted, so you won't get these line gradients within the material. It will be a lot smoother and it will be less flexible, more rigid, and it will hold its shape much more better, so it will fit your wrist really nicely. Moving on, the flexible display radius. So right now this flexible display was actually provided from our vendor. This was one that they demonstrated at CES, CEA, and other tech conventions to demonstrate their technology. So this was one of the first. This isn't their actual cutting edge version. So we were very lucky for them to give us one of these in such a short period of time. The flexible display we have right here can bend up to 4 centimeters. We need the display to bend up to 2 centimeters. So this would enable the device to fit people from a 5.5 inch circumference wrist size to a 8 inch circumference wrist size. So right now it currently only bends at about 4. I can bend it much more than this, but it's limited to the flexible PCB that's inside it. Also the PCB. The PCB can only flex at about a radius of 7. So if I can flex it without... Yeah, so it will flex at a radius of 7. We need it also at 2. Other things that will be added or fixed in the Blue wearable smartphone is the camera. Here's the camera hole. So this camera will be a 13 megapixel camera at the base of the wrist. So this display will sit at the top of your wrist and this will sit at the bottom, so you can take photos by holding up your wrist. The metallic backing. As you can see in many of these pictures, that there is a metallic backing plate on the back. So there will be a metallic backing plate and backing supports on the inside of the device. This will allow the device to handle compression and handle the deformation of the device, and it will keep its shape more readily, and it will also give it more structural shape and strength. Other things that are missing from this device is the light bars. As you would have seen in many of the pictures and the videos, that the light bar is actually quite a big part of the Blue wearable smartphone. Our final plans is to enable the user to able to change the lights to their customization. So it gives you a brand new customization method to the smartphone never done before. And we didn't get around to placing these in because we only built this within 2 weeks, and the translucent light bars had a lead time of about 6 to 8 days, and we just ran out of time because we had to build the actual lights as well. Also, this is missing a Corning Gorilla Glass. That's why that the display is actually sitting kind of out of its housing. It's because when part of the manufacturing process for the display is to actually laminate the display to the Gorilla Glass, and then the Gorilla Glass will also give it like that nice shine demonstrated in the video, and it will also help protect the material from scratches. And yes, the Corning Gorilla Glass Willow is flexible and will give it a very nice shiny look. Also, the size of this device. The size is much larger than what you would imagine a wearable smartphone to be. So a part of the process of development will be to actually shrink all the components, making it a lot smaller and a lot more flexible. So to give you a representation of what it would actually look like, it would be more about this size. So there is quite a bit of a difference. This is actually 10 inches, so it can fit a 5.5 inch wrist to a 8 inch wrist. And Yeah, we had it built out of the same material, and it'll have its light. Oh, this one actually has the viscoplastic light bars that we mentioned earlier. See, we actually did get light bars for it, but these weren't translucent, so we couldn't actually, there was no point of installing the light bars because the light bars themselves weren't actually translucent. So we hope that this gives you a kind of idea of what we are actually going to do and how we're going to do it. Don't forget that we built this device in 2 weeks, and imagine what we could do in 1 year. So we hope we can get your support. It'll be great. We can change technology forever and make stuff really flexible and wearable. It'll be a fun future. Thank you for watching. This is the Blue Wearable Smartphone.